So I'm here with.
Yes, you are here. I am Calvin Brian Jackson
Nice to meet you, Calvin.
in Edmonton, Alberta.
Whereabouts are you from originally?
I was born in Boyle, just outside of Lac-La-Biche. It's about maybe an hour and 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's a small town. My mom is from Caslin. My grandmother's from Heart Lake. My grandfather, he's from Enoch. And I've been in foster homes pretty much when I was a kid. But I was raised up on the north side of my life. I've been through a lot as a kid. Trauma, beatings, drug dealings, you name it. I have seen it from New York all the way down to Jasper Avenue when they used to have all those bars that used to go boom, 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 all the way up. I was originally raised up downtown here. My grandmother had a place and my grandfather had a place too. And my grandmother was the sweetest woman that you could ever meet. She always babied my brother Elvin. They called him Poopsie. Okay. Crazy name, but it was a good one for him. Okay. I love calling him that and bugging his shit. I think, wow. Okay. What a name to have. What a stinking little piece of shit he turned up to, you know? Man, ran out of diapers and oh my god. But anyway, when I came back, my life changed. Like from the foster home, they put me all over the place so my mom wouldn't find me. My mom came looking for me a couple of times, and she did finally find me. And at that time, they moved me again, and this time my mom went to court and fought for me. Simply, she won the battle, got me back. This is where I started moving in with my grandmother, and we lived just right behind stadium. My grandmother lived over here by York. My mom started selling artisan teas and everything that we used to sell back then for $50 a pop. My mom would probably clear about $10,000 a month, or maybe more or less. Pretty close to it. Sometimes, $50 a pill. They just mix it up on how much they made. Maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000. Who knows how much they added up to. It was always about needles, because they just come home with needles for friends. My mom never did needles, but she did love to drink and party. And she told me stories about other things like little people, Devil Lake Corral, some things like that. And I always wondered what would it be like when I grew up and God asks me, who are you? Where do you come from? And what do you do? And what can you do for me? And I would look at God and I would ask him that question with no worries and not to get mad at me. Please don't. I love you. I care for Jesus like he's my brother. I've fallen and I lost my way home. I came from hell, and I remember telling myself while I was there, I wish I wasn't born.
At what age was this?
I was playing up there where I wasn't supposed to play. but I did. And he wasn't supposed to do something that he wasn't supposed to do. If it's that simple to know that maybe he might have gave one of his angels to the devil, okay. Maybe it makes sense of it all. A soulmate came looking for, or maybe he came looking for it because I knew God wasn't going to make it without my help or Jesus Christ. Or maybe my dad himself knew he was going to get betrayed and gave me a gift himself. And God asks, where do you come from? So I've simply opened that gate for him.
What age did this happen?
Well, what age? I would say between 4 or 5 maybe. I was young. I was playing in the courtyards and whatever. I was young playing. Maybe it was older than that. But honestly, I was mad at my dad because he was always, I was selfish. My father, he was a big man, and he was one to deal with. But he never seen I think he seen what was coming, but he didn't know when it was going to be done.
What do you mean by that?
He knew something that God knew, and they got arguing. Got to argue. I fell holding something in my hand and then sentenced until now. And there's a 50-year-old myth that I knew Jesus Christ was coming, and he did. And because of that, I failed him by almost destroying him. Because the devil there was there too. And I had got his power from him while I was sitting in hell when I was not reborn, but born as a 50-year-old man that came from there and saw what hell was. And the devil gave me his power as A-Stap because I went through hell how many times, and God knew this, and he should be not betray his only angel that he fell with onto Mother Earth. So he used the people as prayer. Use the prayer as his power. That's like me giving you my honor, my soul, my all back to you. I open my arms, my heart to you as a brother, a friend, not to betray you. You save me, I save you. That day will come to recognize who I am. I shall be everlasting for you, your guiding light, your northern star. That may be possible. Miracles were made on baby steps that I have made myself as Destiny's child. I am that person.
Do you remember when you first started drugs?
15, maybe.
Then what was that?
I was sexually assaulted while I was a kid. Constantly. Believe me, I was. mumbled in him about it. It was like keeping secret, whatever the fuck it was. But it was seriously something just draw the fucking ocean right out of me. From being who I am, that I hate myself for. Not to betray God, but just to show Him my mercy to Him.
What age did that happen to you?
Here in Edmonton, by the stadium, when I was a kid,
How old were you?
I was young. I couldn't been 8, maybe 12, maybe less than that.
Who did it to you?
A bald-headed dude.
It was a stranger?
Straight up. That's no word of a lie. I seen things that people would not exonerate me for being the devil or an angel that fell with God.
What other things have you seen?
For Him, I cannot lie, I walk with Him. So help me God. Bless me with your prayers and gifts. And Moses, I love you like a brother too. I love an uncle. And I ask Adam and Eve to God, and not to be mad at me, God, please. Don't. My heart belongs to no other than your people. I ain't prejudiced. I was raised up in a bad way. Not stupid, but gifted. I woke up a long time ago by smoking pink. I did. My mind evolved.
And what's pink?
Space, time, planets, everything that came to be who we are today. And as to evolve myself, God, have you ever seen anything like me before?
What type of drugs do you use now?
Pardon me?
What type of drugs do you use now?
I just smoke paint, and that usually keeps me alert and keeps me alive.
And what is that?
Pink is like a substance, like a piece of rock. It's crystal. You smoke it, but it keeps me up. That doesn't really affect me too much, but I can actually move things or build things or do things for God. So help me God if He lets me. By saying that, I will not betray Him for anything or trade Him anything. And if I have to live by digging through garbage or even being a prince, because instead of just calling me a prophet, and then a Messiah, on 50th Street is where I found myself with Jesus.
How long have you been homeless for?
Since I lost my mother and my brother Jay. He was murdered up in Calgary. I had sent him money to come home the next day to find him coming home in a box. I sent him money so he could go out and drink that night and just catch the bus home. And when I got back, my family, my friends were there, and my brother Stacy was there. God's word was to keep the peace. Be careful what I say when I say I didn't mean to hurt him. For the betrayal that did happen before, God used up his resources.
How long have you been homeless?
Since 1994, my mom passed away from cancer, and my baby brother died is when I had kind of lost it.
So how's it been since then, being homeless?
94? Oh, well, just think about it. It's over 30 years ago. Almost. It's just I've been there and I know that.
What are some of the
That's-
craziest things you've seen in that time?
Spirits went through hell, came back as an angel waiting for me to help hope God in Jesus Christ. Holy Mary, Mother of God, you might not believe me. I demands that the devil gave me a stab. But it's true. Not to be fucked with.
And what do you think can be done to help homeless people here?
Us natives believe in Creator, Mother Earth. The oldest thing in the book would be Mother Earth and Creator. Understandable, noticeable as a God. He saw his people. God noticed it as other things that you would betray, or not betray, but understand, like Buddha. Who knows? Maybe, how about Zeus? The thunder god. How about the Son of God? Talks through me as a brother in arms, open and ask peacefully for my forgiveness, that I am not exonerated.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.